Hi everybody, it's Noelia with My Moxie Dreams. Thanks for joining me today. Today's video is going to be a special video. Today we are going to create the July theme together. You are going to see my step-by-step process of how I create a theme for my Pocket Moleskine Daily and my Franklin Covey Compact Planner. So I'm super excited to do this with all of you, and hopefully it's not too fast or too slow that you guys are going to be able to see and understand what I do. First and foremost, if you are new here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this kind of content, and if you do, I would love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel. For everybody else, welcome back. Let's dig in, shall we? If you can see here, this is my Pinterest board that has all of the girls for every month. I think that's January, February, March, April, May, and here is June. All right, so now we're gonna create our July theme. Now, I've talked about this many times that I go into Google or go into Pinterest and I just try to find anything that speaks to me. And so rather than spend hours, because sometimes it takes me a long time, you guys, I already picked a photo. This is our photo for this month. This is our July theme. Isn't she lovely? We're gonna add some elements to her just so that I can create some stickers, because if you look here, there's really not anything that stands out to me that I could create a sticker with. So we're gonna do that together. So here's our photo for July. What's gonna happen is on July 1st, I am going to put her into this board so that you will see her and you can download her if you want. All right, but we're gonna go to Canva. So I already have that here. And you can see here, I have so many freaking projects, right? But the one that I use the most is my all floral girls. What we're gonna do is open her up, and you'll see here I already have June, May, January, okay? And so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna create a new page. I like to have it be the first one on top. Okay, so we're gonna grab her and we're gonna dump her anywhere in the Canva. It doesn't matter where you dump her, she gets uploaded. You can see here that it's uploading the photo. All right, so we're gonna wait for her to upload. We're gonna go ahead and make this wide. All right, she's ready to go. So you're just gonna double click. And so the photo comes, when I find it online, it comes in like their specific size. So what I have to do is I have to manipulate it so that it comes to the size that I want without losing the, the stuff that I want to include. So like I want to get her hair, her background. So I'm just kind of maneuvering it to my liking. And I think that's where we want it. Okay, so here she is. I just took it. Again, I already had the photo downloaded. I plopped her into our little uploads. You'll see all my uploads of family, of photos, of, when I do my thumbnails, etc. All right, so now what we're gonna do is I need something for this to be able to connect with a sticker. And if you can see here, there is kind of nothing. I could go with, let's go to elements. I can go with like baby blue paint brush, maybe that. And I'm just kind of showing you. So like I could, in theory, I don't want to do that. I could, in theory, try to match this blue up here, but we've already done a paint thing, so I don't want to do that. We could try something like this, but I don't want to do a paint thing. I kind of have in my head like one of those, not a floral because we've done florals before, but like, is it called a mandala? Mandala? Okay, here's a few. This is what I'm thinking of. Look how pretty that is. Oh my God, look how beautiful that would be. And it kind of matches the blue here. Oh my word, she's gorgeous. Do I want her? we'll leave her there as a possibility because it just, I don't know, she's beautiful. All right, do we want something black? No, I know I don't want anything black, but okay, here's a white one. Oh, I like that. I like that way better. See, so now I'm just trying to decide. I'm gonna make duplicates. I'm trying to decide, yeah. Do I want one here? No. One here? No. Do you see what I'm trying to do here as I'm this now has become something that I know that I can create a sticker for and bring out that element. So even though this is the photo, you guys know that anytime I do a theme, I need to have a sticker that goes with that theme. And so this kind of, I like it, you guys. So I'm gonna duplicate it. This is super easy this time. I'm gonna make one right there. And then let's do another one and let's put her right here in the corner, kind of, nothing major. Okay, there is our July theme. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, the June 06, we're gonna duplicate it. I'm showing you exactly what I do, you guys. So this feels like it's too far. So we're gonna do 07. Let's just do 07 and we're doing July. Should I do white? Let's see what white looks like. I don't think so. I like the black, but let's just see what white looks like. I like the black better. So I'm just gonna go back to black. All right, so there is our July theme. That is it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit share. I'm gonna come here to download. I'm gonna do PDF print. Look at how many I have. And I need to do PDF print with crop marks. And I'm just doing that first page, page 1. Okay, because that's where we are at. Then we're gonna hit done and download. And let's just wait for her to download. Okay, and then here she is in all her glory. And what we would do here is I would then hit print. And I know that this is for my Franklin Covey compact size, so I would hit 2. I always do 2 per page. I scale it to 100 because I don't know why it scales incorrectly when you import it from Canva. If you know, let me know. But I go ahead and I go ahead and print it, which we will do. We will print, and then I put it back in and print it again so that it's double-sided. Okay, pause that so that I can print those. All right, so that's done. I have it printed. I then laminate that because this is again for the Franklin Covey compact size. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Canva. Where did I go? There she is. I'm going to clear all this. I'm going to get out of here. And so what I'm going to do now is go into my pocket. My pocket. So I have different sizes. So this is my pocket. We're going to add a page. And I like to move it to the front. And then I'm going to go over here to the side, and I can see that I can go projects, but I can see here the last few things that I've used, and here are the dashboards for my Franklin Covey compact size. Do you see that there? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab her and I'm going to pick her and put her into my, did it work? Into my pocket, and we're just going to space her out just to make sure that she's exactly how I want her for my pocket Moleskine. I feel like that's a little, okay, does that work? All right, so now she's my dashboard for my pocket, and I would do the same thing. I'm going to go to download, I'm going to go to PDF, print, crop marks, and I'm only doing that first page. Okay, we're going to hit done and download. And now my pocket, for my pocket moleskin, she's ready to go. And I'm gonna hit File, Print. And again, the way, I don't know why, maybe it's my printer. This is why I say all the time, I can't advise you when it's your printer because everybody's printer does something different. Mine, when I go in to open something from Canva, it automatically like scales it. Like right now it's at 188. I know this is a pocket, so I'm gonna go 2 and I'm gonna do 100. And then there's my pocket. I can't really bring this over. And there's my pocket size. And then I'm gonna print this again back and front so that it will be my dashboard for July. And then I'm gonna print this one more time on vellum because if you remember, and I'll show something, or maybe I'll do it at the very end. If you remember, I have a vellum that separates each month so that we can always go back and see what the theme was for that specific month. So again, I print this in pocket, front and back, and then I print it one more time on vellum for that monthly insert sheet. Okay, so that's that. Now we're gonna get out of here. Let's go back into, we're gonna clear that. We're gonna go back to Canva. Okay, here's the stickers. So let's let this pop up. You can see I have, this is the current stickers. I have so many stickers here, you guys. All kinds of different ones from last month, from the month before. I save every sticker that I make, so I have tons, you guys, like so many. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a new sheet. You know that I like to have it be the first sheet because I'm working on it. I want it to be easy. All right, so we're gonna go back to elements. Now, the cool thing about Canva, especially if you have Pro, it allows you to see recently used. I know I just used this specific element, okay? This is what we added. So I'm just gonna really quick, this is what I do. I'm just showing you guys what I do. So what I do is I put the photo here, a small version of the photo, and then I get the element that I want. Now you'll see here that these are the colors of that element. I always try to choose an element that either already has the colors that I want or something that I can manipulate the color. And you can see here, there's 3 colors to this and I can manipulate it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click one of these and you can see down here that because of this photo, it has pulled colors from this photo, okay? And so this is what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to try to find a color that will match this. If you remember, I had white ones. Let me see, position, forward. This is how it is on our theme, right? On our July dashboard. However, we can't have a white sticker in our pocket moleskin. It's just, there's no point, right? If we're gonna have it white. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna click here and I'm gonna see, okay, what happens if I change this to blue? Is that the color I want? Maybe this blue. And I'm just trying out the colors to see, okay, I kind of like that blue. But you can see if I wanted to go, say she was red and we wanted to go with red, we can change this color to any color we want. It just so happens I'm trying to bring out that blue because I know that I'm probably gonna end up doing like a beige or a brown for the highlight. And so I need to be able to draw out that blue. Okay, so that is the reasoning why I'm trying to go with blue. So I'm just gonna go here and pick this blue. Again, same blue. You can see from all the other things that I've done. All right, so same blue. I could try to do tan, but I doubt it. All right, we're just gonna go with the blue. Okay, so then I can get rid of this girl because I was able to see the color palette that she was bringing. All right, now if I were to print this right now, the size of this sticker would be 4.5 by 4.5. Clearly, I know I don't need that big of a sticker. we are trying to do little stickers that are going to go inside our pocket Moleskine daily. All right, so what we're gonna do is I have two sets or two sizes. Typically it's a 1x5, 1x7, or a 2. And because these are rounded, I already know that I'm probably gonna cut these in half, so I'll have double the amount of stickers when I cut them in half. If you've been with me for a while, you know how I am with my stickers in my pocket. So this one in particular, I am doing 1.5 by 1.5. All right, so all I'm gonna do now is just duplicate it. And these I can have a little close together because they're, do I want to have them? Hold on, maybe I can do them closer. No, I don't want them that close. I'm just trying to think. The goal is to try to get as many as you can here without, because if you have it too close, like if these are touching in any way, when I go to cut the silhouette, it's gonna cut these two together because they're touching. So I need to leave enough space that they're separated. I'm just gonna do it like that. Okay, and we're gonna do a duplication because we need it like this, and then a duplication, basically just duping this whole thing, okay? And it's okay if these are half because I end up cutting them in half anyway. All right, so these are the small ones. Let's get another page. And we're gonna just copy one of these. What am I doing? Copy, and we're gonna bring it. This one, we're gonna make it like 1.8. And then we're gonna duplicate. And again, I know my sizes because I do this so often. And that's, again, it's okay that this is half because I know that I will use the halves. But I kind of know my sizes already. Like I know what works in a pocket. And again, I'm just duplicating. All right, so there we go. Okay, so there's our small ones. Here's our big ones. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to download page 1 and 2. Now here, because this is for my silhouette, I don't really care. It's a PNG. I just need to make sure that I'm only gonna download 1 and 2. Okay, there we go, 1 and 2. We're gonna, done. Why is it, what's happening? Okay, there we go, download. Now this is where it gets fun, all right? This is, I already did a video about this. And okay, so let's put our stickers here. All right, so now let's go to silhouette. Where's she at? Oh, she's already there. She's just waiting for me. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and open. And if I go to desktop, there she is. And let's do the first one. All right, so there is our little sticker for July. So before I even start, I'm gonna go over here to the corner. And again, I'm sorry if this is going fast, but I guess because I've done it so many times, I just do it. So we wanna do the registration marks because we're gonna print this and then cut it, right? And it has to be printed in silhouette because it has to have these registration marks for silhouette to know what to cut. But right here, I'm gonna shrink this down because still gonna be the sizes we want, but I need it to be within the lines. So do you see this red line right here? That is the cutting mark. So nothing should be touching. Your sticker should not touch any of these black areas, and it shouldn't be outside of this red line because anything outside of the red line will not be cut. All right, so Now that that is within its little thingamabob, we're gonna go to what I like to call the piece of toast. We're gonna go to the piece of toast and we're gonna select trace area. And we're gonna go here and we're just gonna highlight the whole page. All right, you're gonna see it turn yellow. Now, here's just a little tip. Again, I'm not a pro at this. I just know how to do the things that I know how to do. Once you trace, you see that everything here has gotten yellow. I then go to threshold and make it all the way to 100% because I want everything to be solid yellow. Don't ask me why, I just know that I do because somebody else told me to do it on a YouTube video. Now, you have three options, trace and trace outer edge. If you were to hit trace, what's gonna happen is every single little area that has an empty space would be traced. You would have probably 1,000 little cuts and it would not be one sticker. So what you wanna do, or what I do, is I trace the outer edge. And what that's gonna do is it's only going to trace the outer edge of the image. Nothing on the inside will be cut. All right, so we're gonna have this do, you'll know mine takes a little long. She gets stuck every now and then. You guys know how it is. We're gonna go here to the star, and this is where we offset. So I'm gonna kind of zoom in so you guys can see here. You see this red line that's tracing the image. We're gonna touch that red line, and then you see when I touch that red line, this suddenly lights up, and we're gonna offset it. Now, I don't know why, but mine generates at a high number. You see that mine offset. Do you see this new bubble? This is now how it's gonna be cut. It's gonna be a one huge with these little cuts in between. So I don't want that. I'm gonna go here, and I always do about 0.18. Oh, 0.18. Did I do that right? I think that's what I want. Let's double check. So what should happen is a smaller line will, instead of this huge bubble, you're gonna get a smaller bubble, which is more manageable. So now let's zoom in some more, and you're gonna be able to see two lines. I wanna get you guys really in there. Okay, so do you see the two lines? You see the first line that was traced, and then the offset basically gives you space between the actual image and where the silhouette will cut it. So initially it was gonna cut right on the edge, and sometimes that's fine. If you don't have a lot of detail in your sticker, like this doesn't have a lot of detail, I could, in theory, have it be that close of a cut. I personally don't like that. I like just a tad of an offset. This is what that second red line means. Now, if I were to leave it like this would be cut twice. It would have two cuts. We don't want that. We want one cut. So we need to delete this first line. So we're gonna highlight it. Here's where it gets tricky, because if you don't highlight the line, you may, let me see if I hit delete. Oh, I did it. Okay, great. Sometimes if you don't touch that red line exactly, you will delete the image. All you have to do is come back here and undo it, and then go back and click the right little line and whatnot. Okay, so now these are ready to go. Okay. Now she's ready with the correct offset. She's ready to go. So now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna print her. Okay, so you're basically gonna print this on your sticker paper. You'll see that it's gonna have the little offset settings. That way you're ready. Once you print it, you're ready to put it into the machine to have it cut. It's gonna read those sensors and then cut. Okay, I'm gonna hit cancel because I don't wanna have to print them. Now, pretend we've printed them. Now what we're gonna do is we stick it on our little mat. We're gonna load it into our silhouette, and then we're gonna hit send. Mine probably isn't gonna, mine is gonna say unavailable because it's not connected. I've already cut mine, so I just wanna show you. So I've created a setting that says Kiss Cut, and the speed is 10, the force is 15, and I think I'm on a 2. And all that's gonna happen is when I hit send, the machine is gonna take it in a little bit, read these whatchamacallums, these, why can't I think right now? These registration marks, I couldn't think of the word, my word. So it's, once you put it in, it's gonna read the registration marks and then it's gonna cut the way it's supposed to cut. So once these print, then you're set. Okay, so these are the small ones. Let's go, and I'm gonna do it again. We're gonna open and we're gonna do the second set, which I think are the bigger ones. Yeah, here are the bigger ones. We're gonna do it together again. We're gonna have the registration marks. We're gonna put the registration marks. Now we're gonna get the image and we're gonna shrink it to be within those cut marks. You can see it's just a smidge off. All right, that looks perfect. It's not touching anything. All right, so let's go to our little toast, is what I like to call it. We're gonna select the trace area. We're gonna come here and highlight the whole page. She's gonna turn yellow. I'm gonna go to threshold and just go all the way to 100. And then I'm gonna trace the outer edge. And again, I do not depart from this. I learned it on YouTube, and this is how I do my stickers. I don't mess around. Like, it's the same thing over and over. No problemo for me. All right, so now we're going to kind of zoom in a little bit. We're gonna go to the star, which is the offset. You touch any part of that red line and this highlights. Did you see that? Okay, so you touch any part of the red line and it highlights. Now we're gonna hit offset. You have to click the actual line, hit offset. So it offset the outer portion. So now I'm gonna do this. 018 is what I'm comfortable with for an outer edge. And it's gonna recalibrate from the original one that it did. And there we go. So now we're gonna zoom in again, because remember, if we don't eliminate that first line, it's gonna be cut. So we're gonna try our best to get it and delete it. And there we go. You just hit the delete button. Now we're gonna go back. And she's ready to go. So same thing, we're gonna hit send. And, oh shoot, we're not gonna hit send. We're gonna go back to design. See, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're gonna print this. Again, we want it printed because in order for the machine to cut it correctly, it needs to see those marks. You cannot go to Canva, print it from Canva, and then feed it into your machine. It needs to see these markings to be able to cut it the way it's supposed to. So you would print it, and then you would put it on your mat, and then put it inside your machine. You would hit send, and again, I have a setting called Kiss Cut. It is a number 2 blade, 15 force, 10 speed. I only do a 10 speed when it's something super easy to outline. If it's an intricate thing like florals, I will not put it at 10 speed. I will put it like 5 or 6 because I don't want the blade to go so fast or the machine to go so fast that it's gonna tear into those little intricate florals. So just in something this simple, I do a 10, okay? And that is that, you guys. So I'm going to now transfer this into a normal video. All right, so now I'm gonna take you through the next steps of what happens after I pick out a theme, so basically I print out my girls and then I laminate them. Okay, this is 3mm lamination. I do back and front for my Franklin Covey compact size. I do one big one, and you'll see why here in a second. you guys saw me create these stickers, the big ones and the littler ones. So those are there. And then I already printed out my pocket size ones and cut them out. And if you remember, I just need one pocket for the day divider. And then I have one of these. I need to go get a different vellum because it should be as bright as this, but it's not. So there's either something going on with my vellum or who knows. She then gets slotted into the pocket moleskin to separate the month from the previous months. Okay, so if you are familiar, you follow me for a couple of years, you see how I do my themes in my pocket. This is all that I need. I always have an extra one just in case. So I have two laminated back and front, and then the little vellum one that goes inside the pocket. I tip it in so that we can see the themes each month. Now we're gonna do two things. I'm going to show you how I create a color theme for the pocket moleskin. And then if you remember, here's my everyday carry, and I'm in a mode term right now. And so you can see here, all I have here is just to match the theme is just page flags. And then there's just a little peekaboo of the theme, and I cut it down to show what I need to show. So the colors that I want to be prominent to match the page flags so that it then matches the dashboard. So you're gonna see little bits and pieces of each. So first what we're gonna do is for the pocket, I'm gonna get my handy dandy 23. So I always purchase an old pocket moleskin like the year before when they're on sale for like $5, because this is where I do my testers. See, you can see this is probably from last year, who knows? This is from April, I think. But I test out, and that's what we're gonna do today. And you'll see samples. Like I don't think I ever talked to you guys. See, I'm sidetracking. I had purchased stamps to do schedule priorities and checklists to eliminate the bulkiness of what the stickers do. Because as you guys know, if you've watched me since last year, you know that once you start putting stickers repeatedly in the same areas, it bulks up really, really bad, which is why it's hard for me to write on the curve because it's getting so bulky. But that's neither here nor there. This is kind of my tester area. So first and foremost, you guys know I love Tombows. I love them more than mild liners. I used to like mild liners. I don't know why I don't anymore. I think because they dry out so fast. I don't know. But this is my little roll of Tombows, and I probably need to buy another roll. We'll see, because I have so many freaking Tombows. All right, so basically what I do is I take this photo and I decide, since I already decided to do, even though that the elements that I added to this photo are white, I know that these elements, regardless of the color, are going to be the theme for the pocket moleskin, the stickers for the pocket moleskin. So since this is blue, it's going to pick up this blue color. So I probably, if I can find a blue, a light blue that will match the theme, I probably will go with the blue. If not, then I'm going to go with a brown or a cream color or nude color. So this is how I do the process. So we'll set this aside. I'm going to pick a couple of blues. We're going to pick these two. Let's pick these three. I already know this one's too. I can tell if some are darker than others. So we're just going to grab a couple there. And then should we grab, let's grab that color. Ouch. Sorry. Why am I saying ouch? I didn't hurt myself, girl. And then I don't know, these are too dark. These browns over here are way too dark. So I don't know what is happening over here, that there is some weird, what's happening? I just realized like this part of the recording was like super blurry and grody, and I just realized it's because my camera lens was super dirty, so I just cleaned it in case you see a difference. Okay, so I basically go here and I try to just visually see, what colors could I possibly use here? Some I know are just too dark, and like the browns, I would really like a brown. Maybe we'll try the nude that I have. But anyways, the point of the story is that's kind of what I do. The first step is for my, let's move this out of the way. I want to find a color that is going to work. I'm trying to always find that is going to work with this. Let me get this out because you guys know how I feel about the glare. There, you can see her without glare because she's the one that's not laminated. And I basically just go and I just make, oh, see, this is falling apart because she's the old one. All right, so let's just start. So what I do is I just kind of, and I put, this is 493. Okay, let's see this. And I basically just start going through my colors to see, that's too dark. I already know that's too dark. What is that, gray? What the heck? So I just kind of go through and see which ones, once I put them down, I don't really care because I already know what colors they are or closest to. All right, that's too dark. Is it though? All right, so then I come here and I start to kind of look to see what really stands out to me. Do I like anything? And then I take one of my spiels and I'm like, what do I want to do? I want to do a blue. I think I want to do a blue. Sorry, I keep going out of, this one looks really pretty, but it's just, I don't know. Do I like, it just seems too dark. So do you see what I'm doing? I'm taking the photo and I literally sit here, I'm not kidding guys, for 30 minutes trying to figure it out. Like, do I want it to be blue? And this looks really good with this, but it's, in reality, it's super freaking dark. So I play around. Okay, so we know, I'm gonna grab this again. Is this one? Yeah, see, I could tell. Okay, so this is 515, and then the other one that I like, is this cream one. This brown, is it this one? Yeah. All right, so we're narrowing it down to those two because I already know that the other ones are not gonna work. They're either too light or too turquoisey. I want blue, or, you know me, I always go back to the natural. All right, so then I go, okay, see what I did? I just played around with colors that I know are gonna be close to my palette. Let's go to another page. And then what I do is I do one, just a sample of what it would look like. It's so nice when the thing is flat. Might you guys see mine? Mine is not flat whatsoever. Okay, and then I do this. I don't know if I like that. Okay, and I literally do this. This takes me at least an hour to decide what I'm gonna do. Do I want the blue? Because the blue really stands out. Or do I want the cream? I don't know. I don't know. So let's get the scissors and cut some stickers and kind of play around with it. All right, so let us get one of these. You know I always go a little bit smaller than I need to, but we're gonna try it. Is this the big ones? Yeah, these are the big ones. How do we want to do it? Let's do it upside down. So again, this is my process. This is what I do to determine what the final spiel is going to be. Let's get one of these little guys. do I want? I think that's too small, you guys. Let's do one of these. A little bit bigger. I don't know. We're trying it out together, you guys. This is the process. Try another one. And I don't really worry about running out of stickers because I can always reprint them. That's the beauty of creating your own stickers. Okay, so that is what the stickers will look like with the blue highlighter versus the brown highlighter. So now that kind of makes, see, I don't like this at all. I can tell you right now. Yep, it's gonna be, what is this? 992. I believe that's sand because the one that I always carry in my everyday carry is light sand, and this one is sand. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So then I already know now, so we can put this blue one away because we're not gonna use it. We know we're using 992. And then what I like to do just to finalize it, I'm trying to find my stickers. I always like to see it finalized so that I know, oh, let's do the, well, I guess we can do it, who cares? I just like to see it in its final state before, again, this is what I do before I do my video with you guys. I want to make sure that I've picked out a color that works, that the theme all comes together, that, you know, it's what it's supposed to be. I want it to be beautiful. I want to be able to open my pocket when I put all my notations down for the day, that it's beautiful and then it makes me happy to be in it. All right, so now we see that. Let's get a pen. Where's my pen? I'm like all over the place today. I'm recording this on a different day than I did the first one. Let's use this little guy. You'll see what this little guy is in a minute. Well, that's not gonna work. All right, so that is, I think, what our theme for July is gonna look like. See, so I picked the photo first, did all the stuff on Canva that you guys saw, and then I play around with my tombos to find the right combination that's gonna work with her. I added these elements to the photograph so that I could pick the sticker so that this all connects together. Does that make sense? And that's gonna be what our theme is for July. So that is done and ready to go. I already know 992 will be my go-to tombow for the month of July. We're done with the pocket. I would typically kind of tear this out and then this all stays together so that when I'm ready to do my July setup with you guys, I already know basically what it's going to look like, and then I just play around with where I put the stickers when I do every week plan with me's with you guys. All right, so that is how, that's simple, and that is all I need to do for the pocket, is just create the color scheme for it and then it's done. Okay, so we're putting her away because the next video that I do on Friday is going to be setting up the pocket moleskine for July, and then I have another video coming out setting up my Franklin Covey for July. All right, so then this gets put away until August. Oh my God, can you believe that? So this gets put away. I no longer need these. These can get put away in my little planner stack over here of stickers next to my desk. Those can get put away. Okay, so pocket moleskine part is done. So now I'm not going to spend time cutting these, even though I just wanted you to see that once I print them like this, they get printed double-sided, and then I laminate them. This will be cut down for my Franklin Covey Compact. You guys know that I only need 2 in my Franklin Covey Compact size planner. I do 1 in the front just as a decoration, and then there's always going to be 1 behind my weekly so that it has a tab, and I'm able, no matter where I am, to go to my my weekly spending sheet in my weekly. So those are the only two places that my theme for July, or the theme for the month, sits. Now, you will see here that I have this little thingamabob, okay? And it will always match my theme. So you can see here that she's got these beautiful purples and different shades of pink and whatnot. So that's what I did. I pulled the closest colors that I could, that I have in my stash, to match the theme, so that it just is tucked here and it brings a little pop with the side here. So you have this beautiful dashboard, and then you have the just hints of color that go with this theme. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna try to find some, and that's where this little guy comes in. So I just have, that's all that this is. Let me pull it out. All this is just a little square that I laminated a bunch of squares the size of my little pocket that fits in my Moterm, so that all I do, it's not something useful, it's just decorative. So I just add the little page flags so that it'll sit in my little pocket here. Sorry, I have it off camera. So that it'll fit in this little pocket here easily. And it's, like I said, that's the only deco that I have in my planner, are my dashboards and this little guy that is just useless. Okay, here's the one for July, and I try to recycle them. I have, like, I just did one full page and laminated, and then I cut it to size. So here is our gal, and these are the ones that I have. I'm not gonna buy more. These are all the ones that I have. And they are from Amazon. I think I have a link in my Amazon store. And I just bought them. I don't use them as page flags because they're very flimsy and thin. I don't necessarily like these page flags, but I have them, and I thought, well, I'm gonna use them for decoration then, if I'm not gonna use them for functionality. And so here are the colors that I have. I don't know if you can see because of the glare. So when I do a theme, I pick from these colors, kind of mix and match whatever colors fit the theme. So based on this, I can tell already, showing you guys this. That's not gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. And there's all the blues. There's a specific, normally it's not that easy. Normally I have to pull from separate ones. So then what I do, and again, this is just for the Franklin Covey piece of my decoration. Gee whiz, it's just those four right there. How easy is that? So I just get one of each, and I put it here. Again, you guys, this is like something I don't do on camera, but you guys wanted to see how I pick a theme, how I go about it. So hopefully the first part, the Canva part, made sense, and it helps you guys figure it out so that you can make your own stuff. Because I say this all the time, like, I don't create this artwork, I don't own this artwork. And so for me to, let me see what I did there. I want this to be, I always have to look at my previous one because this is where I sometimes forget. Sorry, I have to concentrate because I keep all these like perfectly laid out. Basically what I'm trying to say is that I don't own the artwork and I can't sell the artwork. It is simply for personal use. Something's off, but that's basically what I do. All right, I just kind of changed them around a little bit. So what I always want is for the tops of these to match. So sometimes the bottoms won't match, but the tops will. I want them to all be kind of the same level. And then you'll see, like this one, there's a little bit of an overhang, so I'm gonna have to cut it. Okay, so that will be that. So that when it's time, this gal will sit right in here like that with the new theme. So that's how I do it. Typically, I used to double stick them. I don't, because I just like to recycle these. Did I? Yeah, I didn't do it. So I like to recycle these little squares so that I can just remove the color that I'm using and then add the new flags. Okay, so I keep moving this out of the way, but so that's where this goes for the theme. And now I need to cut this guy out. And you can see, obviously, it's a very different size than the Franklin Covey compact size because it needs to fit into my Moturn pocket. So you're probably wondering why I create one big girl and laminate her. And that's because in this, normally I don't do this. Normally I take a normal one like this, the normal Franklin Covey size, and then I just cut it to fit, cut it down to fit. In this case, if I were to cut her down, the part that's gonna be peekabooing out isn't gonna have any blue, and it's not gonna make sense. All you're gonna see is all these like kind of tans, and you're not gonna see, and the whites, you're not gonna see the blue. So what I decided to do in this specific circumstance is I made this big because what I'm going to do here is cut this in this direction so that you can see the blues and the tans, and that will connect with the colors that I have in my thingamabob. I hope that makes sense. All right. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to cut these things down, but that is basically, like I said, the thing that takes probably the most time is figuring out what my theme is going to be, adding elements, creating the stickers. I have it down packed already. Like I already know how to do it. It becomes fast. What I struggle with is picking a theme because I have to feel it for that month. Like for her, she's gorgeous. She reminds me of my best friend in 7th and 8th grade. Her name was Sadie, and she reminds me of her, which is a good memory. And the overalls and stuff reminds me of me being in my garden in July. It's like the most active part of my time in the garden, and it just makes me happy. So that is why she got chosen. And again, the elements got chosen because I needed something to connect the theme together so that it looks, so that the month will look like this. So we went with the 992. We created our stickers in this really pretty kind of denim blue, and everything comes together. You can see it all coming together. So again, this is for the pocket moleskine, and then for the pocket, or for the Franklin Covey, sorry, you guys know I can't put things away unless they're perfect. And then for the Franklin Covey, it's just going to be these, and the little peekaboo area that I need to make for the Moturn pocket. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Let me put her away because my brain tells me I cannot move on until I do. All right, and that's it. That is how I create a theme for a month. And it is the same process every single time. So I hope you enjoyed that, you guys. I hope that answers a lot of your questions. I know so many of you ask how this process works. You saw it from beginning to end. The only thing you're not going to see is me actually cutting these things down and adding them into my planner, because there'll be a separate video for that. I will be having a video setting up my July theme in my Franklin Covey Compact, my Moturn with my Franklin Covey Compact inserts. And then I'll have another video setting up my first week of July in my Pocket Moleskine planner. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you are new here and you love this kind of content, I would love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel. For everybody else, thanks so much for joining. I really appreciate the time we spend together. Have a wonderful week. Bye.